Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge Podcast. My name's Josh. Today we're talking about the grimiest family vloggers out there, the Ace family. A lot of it has to do with Austin, and some recent drama coming up with his ex-sister-in-law, I guess like that, his brother's wife, ex-wife, I'm not sure, and all this drama that's been going on with it. It's quite interesting to see what's happening, and also interesting to take a look inside of one of these family vloggers, like personalities, like Catherine, because she responded in this massive Instagram thing, and then there's a podcast with this guy, I'm not sure what it's called, Real Talk or something like that, where they actually, a bunch of really big influencers also know about Austin and what he's doing. It's crazy to look into this and to see that all this family vlogging content that you see is all fake, and all these family vloggers, all they're trying to do is make a shit ton of money and get really effing famous, and the kids always come second. And it's always the way it is. Always. So, let's get to it. If you didn't know anything about the McBroom and Austin and Catherine, they are the scammiest scam artists of all time. These scam asses have done so many scams. It's mind-blowing. The most recent scam being their Ace Fest, which was their idea. They said it was going to be like Disney meets Coachella. It's more like State Fair meets Chuck E. Cheese is really what it was all about there. It was really gross. Nobody had a good time. They charged so much money for a meet and greet. There's still people who want to meet people like this. It's mind-blowing. What are they famous for? They're famous for nothing. Anyway, all that's kind of led up to this moment, and I covered it in my Full Lit Friday last week, where Shyla comes out and she calls them out. And she says, yes, Austin's a cheater. Yes, Austin's mom knows about it. Yes, Austin's dad takes part in it. All this kind of stuff. She knows all the inside drama because she was in the family, right? And what reason would she have to lie? Because she could be sued for lying. So, if they're not going to sue her, what that means to me is my takeaway is that she's really got some dirt on this family, and they're not going to sue her because when you sue somebody and you actually take it to the next level, this thing called discovery, I think it's called discovery, I could be wrong, I'm not a lawyer, where they go over the evidence that they have, and if she's got some shit, some dirt, that stuff becomes public. I guarantee you, both Shyla and Catherine and Austin and Landon don't want anybody each other's business out there. They probably know more dirt about each other than anything else. And so there's been some threatening text messages to Shyla's mom, where we're going to expose all the videos we have. And Shyla has threatened Catherine and Austin about how I'm going to expose you guys with the videos that I have. It's just a big giant mess. And don't forget, at the core here, there are cousins, there are kids, and there are kids, and they are cousins. It's all family, and it's all unfolding on YouTube. It's the most disgusting thing ever because at its core, these are family vloggers. Now, Shyla is an ex-family vlogger. She no longer wants to put her kids on the internet. She wants to give them privacy. For whatever reason, could be that she hates Landon and that was their money making. She's like, no more of that. And it could be like a dig at him or like a, way to shut them down. It is what it is. I don't care what it takes to get your kids off the internet. If you've decided to take your kids off the internet, kudos to you. But Catherine and Austin don't. Some of the allegations that Shyla made were that they did IVF. And I asked myself in the last video, I'm like, why would she lie about that? And I've since learned, since a couple people have commented, that Catherine always comes out in this weird effing, she's I don't know, in a cult. She's weird. It's just, I know these types of people, and it's really weird, these types of people, that they think that they're more in tune to spiritualness. They get tarot. They believe in God. They believe in Ouija boards. They believe in energy and crystals and burning sage. And they honestly think that they're more heightened as far as being spiritual is concerned. They think that they just are above it all. Remember, she's like, there's the rainbow. And it was just refraction from light in the glass. And she takes all these weird signs like owls and butterflies, and she just wants to be a mermaid. She's a effing weirdo. Catherine McBroom is a weirdo. Okay? And so what happened is, I guess back in the day, she was saying all these signs and wonders I'm going to have, for whatever reason, the next kid I'm going to have is going to be this boy. Right? And so people have accused her of using IVF in order to make her own manifestations come true and say that it was her that manifested it, right? Her energies or her prayer or whatever. Right? And so she chose through IVF what sex the baby was going to be so that it would make her visions come true, which is really weird. I don't care about IVF. if that's what you want to do, go for it. I mean, if you're going to be a loving parent to your child, then whatever it means to get your kids, get your kids. But the issue is that this family have kids for content, for money. We know that their kids come second. They have nannies, they have chefs, they've ever had. I don't know if they still have any more, because Shyla made the accusation that they broke as F. So, all that to say, Catherine keeps considering herself a good mom, and maybe she is. I don't think so. Any family that exploits their children for money, in my opinion, cannot be good. Okay, I'll leave that there with you. There's just no way that if you exploit your children for money, you can call yourself a good parent. Now, you might be good in other ways. Like, you might be, helpful. You might pay for their cars or pay for their college, and they get good things like trips and stuff like that. And there's some redeeming qualities of being a parent, but at its core, you are a shitty ass parent if you exploit your kids for money. There's just no two ways about it. It's black and white. A lot of people are like, Josh is so black and white about it. Yeah, I'm black and white about exploitation. Are you serious? You should be too. There's no gray area about any of this, everybody. There's no gray area in abuse. If you abuse your kids, that's not gray. It's black and white, right? Exploitation, there's no gray area. Be like, there's a way. There's no way that any that you do is gray. It's black and white. The end. Okay? And again, if I have to reiterate, because I've got a lot of new followers, okay? Exploitation of children online doesn't necessarily mean just posting your kids. If you're just a rego with a couple hundred followers. If you make your living posting your children in your social media and you require them to be part of your content, or they are your exclusive content to make money, that is exploitation. Okay? If your kids don't have a choice to be in the content, that is exploitation. And you get all these moms like Jess Femme and everybody, I asked my kids, but they have 5 other kids that can be in the content. So it's just odd that all the kids are always in the content, right? If your kids don't have a choice and they don't, that's exploitation. You're not giving them informed consent or allowing them to give informed consent to be on the internet. Cool? All right. All that to say, we've been going back and forth about this family, the McBroom family, for a long time. And Cole Kerrigan, I think his name is, called him out. I covered that story years ago, or a long time ago, feels like years, where he called him out and he had text messages and proof, but nothing happened to this guy. It's so weird that the Ace family is uncancelable. Like, it's just because they've done some insane things. Needless to say, if any of that is true, they should be pressing charges, and they're not, likely because they're signing NDAs and they're doing all this stuff. They're scared of the lawyers that Austin and Catherine can afford. But if Austin and Catherine truly are broke, eventually it's just going to compound, and those people are going to come out of the woodwork because they're not going to be scared because they don't have any money anymore, right? People are scared of rich people with money because rich people with money can afford rich ass lawyers who can do shit to you. That's just the way it works, okay? So eventually there's going to be like a nail in the coffin for the Ace family, I think. I don't know. I also think that it might be just too big to fail. They have so many followers, and a lot of them are young kids and dumb adults who just don't know any better, who will always follow them. It's just mind-blowing. So, all that to say, we have had this people call out Ace Austin McBroom a million times. Now, on this Raw Talk or Real Talk, I don't know what it's called, these guys are talking about it, and it ends up being really interesting because it kind of corroborates what we already knew from another bunch of really, really big creators who travel in the same circles as Austin. If there's one thing to be said for sure, Austin is hated by everybody. He's got his own little clique, his own little crew that he hangs out with, but he has no friends because Austin's a slimy dirtbag. And so is Catherine, but here you go.
I feel like when you're on that level, you have so much more to lose. You're a public figure. You can't fuck around like that. I feel like you have to be so much more responsible.
Oh, you would think so, but man, there's this one YouTube creator, bro, that's just been doing it for years, bro. I cannot believe. Homie,
I know who it is.
Homie. I cannot believe it.
I know who it is.
Stop. Listen to me.
I want to say it.
No, you don't. Just keep it to yourself.
Cut it out. Say it to me.
Can you say it? Just beep it?
Austin
Obviously.
They didn't cut it out. And they all know.
Talking about.
Yes, dude. Every single chick I've ever managed, he's in their DMs, bro.
But he's like, every chick that I've ever managed, he's in their DMs. And so it sounds like this guy is a social media manager, or he's his own creator, and he manages other women who have high profiles. I guess they know the formulas, they have the right way of doing it. Once you get to a certain echelon, you get people behind you, right? I hit like 100,000 subscribers, and then I have a management company that takes care of me finding my ads and doing stuff for me. When you're a young, small creator, you have to search out everything when you start getting bigger, people will call you. And so that's what he's saying. He's like, I manage a lot of, influencer women. And he's in every single one of their DMs.
I cannot believe it, bro.
So what, does his wife just not give a fuck?
No.
She doesn't. It's a business relationship.
Please don't. I don't want to get into this shit.
I just said why.
I'm not trying to snark at these guys. What do you mean you don't want to get into the shit? You just started the conversation about it. So sorry.
I have no idea what the circumstances are.
All right. What I'm trying to say to you is this.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that after all these years, because I was seeing this shit happen 2017, 2018. I'm with a chick yesterday. Yesterday, homie. 97K on Instagram.
Yep.
Just on the scene. Just got to LA
2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. I got a girl 2 weeks ago, same thing.
She goes, yo.
I think these guys are sharing girls?
Yo, so-and-so.
Sent a message and unsent it.
And unsent.
Oh, he said the same shit.
So what? Okay, if you guys are confused because these guys are talking super Chad, is that I guess they get with girls or they manage them. I don't know. Even I can't speak super Chad. But basically, what I'm hearing is that they're corroborating the story in real time. He sends messages to chicks and then unsends them so they can't screenshot them. Right, these up-and-coming influencers. What's likely happening is Austin is leveraging his platform to make promises to these women. Say, hey, I can help you. I can do this. Let me connect you. And these women are so fame-hungry and influencer-hungry that they'll do whatever it takes. Guys, Hollywood and women is the most dangerous combination of all time. And that's now obviously creeped over to influencer culture. Like Harvey Weinstein and all these disgusting men will do whatever it takes to get with these women, and they will promise them fame, fortune, and riches to do those things. And a lot of these women just go along with it because they don't think they have any other choice, or they think that that's their value. That's a scary thing. So why you should not want your kids in the industry, any kind of public industry, either Hollywood or influencer culture. That's why it's so dangerous also to raise your kids to be influencers. Jess fam, I'm looking at you. Lilia wants to be an influencer. A lot of these kids want to be influencers. And this is the world that you're putting them in. And you're okay with that? Anyway, so that's what they're saying. They're corroborating that he sends messages and unsends it. And they're just laughing because they probably didn't talk about this beforehand, like, as far as I know.
And sent it again and unsent it. I go, homie, how is this real? Yeah. How is this real, bro?
Yeah. It's what?
I mean, it's real. So basically that just came out, and obviously Austin McBroom has not responded to that. It's really weird what they do choose to respond to and not respond to. But Catherine came out after Shyla did her thing, and I don't know if she is just having a moment of like, she didn't turn on the salt lamp or burn the right oils. I don't know what she did wrong here. Didn't have the crystals in their moon phase. I don't know. But she came on and did something silly and really dumb. And we're going to go through it because this just shows you the kind of world that these kids are raised in. And it's really eye-opening, okay? So if you didn't think Austin was already a dirtbag, that's part one. He's a dirtbag. He clearly has done these things. There's so many people calling him out, and nobody seems to care. So the other night, I'm in bed, hanging out with Westo, and someone sends me, oh, you better download Catherine's stories before she deletes them. And I'm like, okay, let me take a look. And she starts doing this. And I'm just sitting here, just like passively screen recording, trying to watch my show, and I'm hearing bits and pieces. I'm like, what is she saying? So get ready. Here we go.
I'm going to be completely honest.
What's this angle you're doing? What's wrong with you?
And vulnerable, upfront with you guys, just real and like authentic.
Are you going to be upfront and authentic with us, really? Okay, first of all, if you have to say the thing, you're not the thing. We've said that many times in this show. If you have to say the thing, you're not. And she's not going to be upfront and honest with you guys. She's only going to, like, again, we'll go through it. I'm interrupting her because that's what I do. But she's not. She's a damned liar. So, spoiler alert, she's a damned liar.
In the way that I know I can be. So I want to get on here and talk to you guys about Shyla and what she's been saying, and the lies that she's been spreading. And I find that, like, in life, there's like a way of handling things, and then there's a way that you go about things, and you get the consequences. And I feel like Shyla just going on the internet and just being super immature and saying things that aren't true and not coming to me personally. If you have a problem with me, you gotta come to me personally.
Hey, I have a problem with you, Catherine. You're a damned liar and exploiter. I'm not gonna come to you personally. You're a damned liar and exploiter. Why would anybody go to you personally? What is she going to do? Hey, stop doing these things. She probably did ask you to not put her kids on the internet, and you still did. Dumbass.
Like, that's like my go-to. Like, when I got a problem with someone, I call them up. That's kind of like my personality. That's kind of my vibe.
That's my vibe. It's my crystals and the space continuum and wormholes and shit.
I would do things. Called you, Shyla, before when I had a problem with you 2 years ago, when you made a video about my skincare line. I called you that night.
My skincare line. Imagine these are your problems. Like, I totally called you the other day. I'm like, hey, I heard that you didn't really like my skincare line that I probably just sourced from China and shit like that. Why didn't you like my skincare line? Off with this bullshit. These are your problems, really. The world has more problems. And this is all during, like, peak pandemic era of our life. There are so many more problems now. People can't afford damn groceries and gas. And you're like, oh my God, you didn't like my skincare line? I'm calling you out.
And I texted you, and that's kind of like my...
that's not the same as calling. Sorry. Coward.
Right, like, that's how I do things. So if you got a problem with me, let's talk about it, right? Thinking about it, and... You know, I'm not impulsive like she is. I really just like sit with my thoughts and really think about things.
You did it wrong. You sit with these thoughts, do you? I really just sit with my thoughts, and butterflies and owls fly around my head. It's like, oh my God, there's an owl. Is that grandma? Oh my God, hi grandma. You sit with your thoughts. That's a scary thing, because your thoughts are weird. You're weird. That's what I'm saying. You have weird thoughts.
And I analyze it, and that's just kind of the personality that I am. So when she had said all these like negative, dark lies about my family.
Like what? What?
I was thinking about it, and I was like, wow, like, I actually pray for this person.
I love this. I love this. Pray to who? Pray to who, Catherine? You literally serve every god plus the devil, because no one knows what your spirituality means. Pray to who? These people they'll just latch on to whatever they think is convenient. Right? Oh, it's Christianity this time. Oh, God, nobody can judge me but God. Over here, but now Buddha's my best friend, and the Indian guy with the million arms, they're cool too. You know, they serve every other god. You got to pick one. Okay? She's like just trying to like dabble in all the gods just in case one of them's right. Okay? It's not how any of the religions work, by the way.
Like, I do silent prayers all the time.
Do you?
And I send her...
You're so noble with your silent prayers and thoughts. Oh my God. Thank you for your thoughts and prayers. Guys, when there's like huge things going down, she sends thoughts and prayers to people. Problem solved. It's akin to what's-her-face, one of the Kardashians. They're trying to solve world peace by opening a can of Pepsi and getting paid probably $10 million for that commercial. Just the same kind of energy, you know? I can solve world peace by giving a can of Pepsi to this riot officer. Problem solved, everybody. Who greenlit that shit?
Good vibe doing.
Good vibes.
Since I can remember. And
I sent good vibes to people. Why are they angry? I sent you good vibes. Did you not get my good vibes? I'm checking the delivery of my good vibes, and it says it was delivered. Did you not get my good vibes?
Showing, and she's like telling on herself, like she's showing her true colors, and it's like it's so obvious.
Is it?
So to get straight to the point, the other night.
Yeah. You can't just have a lead up of 5 minutes of saying vibes and shit, and then say to get straight to the point, because you didn't get straight to the point. You literally had a prolonged interlude of your shit in weird angles.
Austin went to the gym like he always does. He's in camp right now, so he's training for a fight, and he had a sparring. So he invited the whole family.
He had a sparring? Okay.
His dad was there, our son was there, his friends.
He has no friends. He has people that he pays to be around him. No friends, though.
I couldn't make it because I had something going on, so I stayed home with girls. And if you could physically see me right now, if you're watching this video, you know that what I do for a living is content. So I've been on YouTube for
shitty content, yes,
a very long time, and I make content, and we film for a living, and you know, we've shared glimpses of our lives. We don't
glimpses
as much anymore, just because of that's kind of where we're at.
That's kind of where the energy and our haters are. The hater energy and the crystals, they don't align anymore. The vibrations are off, so we stopped.
To be honest with you, if I didn't have this many eyes on me, I probably would be sharing a lot more, but
isn't the point of being famous to have this many eyes on you? What do you mean if I didn't have this many eyes? What are you saying right now? Guys, I know I'm stopping this a lot because what she's saying is really important. If I didn't have this much scrutiny, I would be sharing more. Why? Because you're shit. You're terrible. That's why.
But yeah, that's just kind of where we're at. And so he was at the gym. He was making content like he always does.
Does he?
And he made this very innocent video of going towards our son and Shiloh's daughter, Solene, who's his niece, Austin's niece.
Doesn't matter if it's his niece.
And she was kind of in the background. You couldn't really see her. She's kind of like to the side, and then he kind of focuses on our son, and very cute, like innocent video. So Shyla, respectfully, being the hawk that she...
So she just diminished what Shyla's saying. Shyla's like, don't put my kid on your shit. I don't want my kid near you to begin with. She probably, if she had her choice, would say, I don't want her near Austin. He's a dirtball, so no thank you. And I have to correct my last video. It was not that daughter that he bought the dick lollipop for. It was Catherine's sister. And so even, forget all that. He's buying dick lollipops for kids. Is that someone you want around your kids? So it's up to Shyla to say, I don't want them around kids, but there is Landon, and Landon is their dad, and Landon could say, well, I want them around kids. So that's what she's saying. But she can say, don't put them on the effing internet. Do not post my children in your content on the internet. I don't want it. She's allowed to say that.
She is watching every single one of our stories and our videos and trying to find an opportunity to speak on our name and continuously.
I promise you this, Catherine, your name isn't worth speaking on. It doesn't bring people clout like you think it does. That's what she's saying here. Trying to get clout. You guys are literally bottom feeders now. You are the worst people on the internet. Nobody's be like, hey, I know Austin McBroom. Everybody's like, okay, good for you. I don't give a shit. That's probably worse to know them, to be connected to them, than it is not to be. You get clout from somebody by saying, you know, they are better than me. I'm attached to them. It's like sunburnt chickpeas over there with Jess Fam. That's clout. That's a clout attachment, right? She's attached to Jess Fam for the clout that Jess Fam gives her. Nobody wants to be attached to you guys. You're toxic. So stop saying this.
They disrespect us and slander us and say these really hurtful and untruthful things. She goes on the internet and starts to claim that my husband tried to kill somebody and that I had IVF treatment for my third pregnancy, which are all untrue things. There's a couple more things that are just untrue. I don't even remember what she said.
I'll stop you there. You know exactly what she said. And so she's going to stop on those two things. She's like, well, he threatened to kill somebody. And unless she has, and it sounds like Shyla might have more proof than you think she does, Catherine. So she's like, basically I said last time, she's sending up a flare saying, try me. Okay? If someone had threatened me and literally and said, oh, I killed somebody and it was like legit on this level, I would sue the shit out of them. Okay? I absolutely would. So why aren't you suing her? Why are you just responding in a story? So that's very, very fishy. Also, the IVF thing, it's totally untrue. Okay, get it. Awesome. But why are you ignoring the other things about Austin cheating and the dad and the mom? She's like, I don't know what those were. You know exactly what they were. And so she only wants to address these two things that are kind of the more outlandish things that Shyla said, instead of addressing the two things that everybody knows.
But this is the time that it comes to an end, and I'm going to share how I feel.
Oh, okay.
She claims that her daughter is being used for clout. All right, so let's discuss this. Shyla, I don't know if you know what clout is, okay?
Apparently you don't either.
Okay, so there's a difference between clout and then family, right? So you got a family that's, you know, they're well known, they have a lot of eyes on them, and
is your hair? Just keep your hair back.
You know, we started YouTube. We didn't know we were going to be as successful as we are. We did it with pure intentions. Everything happened so natural.
See, notice she said this past. We did it with pure intentions. But then it actually evolved into not pure intentions.
Really, and so pure and so real. I love what I do. And you, Shyla, you jumped on the bandwagon. And that's what you started to do. And you did it for many years. And all of a sudden, when your relationship ended, when Landon broke up with you, you decided that because it wasn't in your favor anymore.
I highly doubt Landon broke up with her. Highly doubt it.
That you decide that, you know, your daughter is clout now, which doesn't make any sense.
Explain why it doesn't make sense, though. Just don't say words in passing. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Well, explain why it doesn't make sense. Just explain it.
Family is family, and I'm sorry if, like, that's how you see it through your goggles, like, that it's being clout, but it's just, it is what it is. Like, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. If Selena...
Just don't. The answer is don't. The mother of the daughter is asking you not to. So it's family, right? You're like, well, you're basically telling her too bad. It's family. No. If the mom says, please stop because I've taken my videos down, please don't put it on the internet anymore, you respect that. That's what family does. Family doesn't ignore people and say F off. Family says, you're right. I will respect you. You're a douchebag for doing that, Catherine.
She's never a part of our family if she's not at our party. and hanging out with our cousins and going to the beach with us and having a good time and growing up with us and learning and growing.
Learning how? Learning what? What do you teach people?
Then you would say 5 years from now that, oh, they never loved her, they never care, nobody cares. And the truth is that we all love our family.
Is this your logic, Catherine, for real? You'd say we don't care because we can take her to the beach or whatever? No. What she's asking you to do is not put her on the internet. But what you can't seem to disseminate, or whatever the word is, or disassociate with, is you guys are so wrapped up in vlogging and putting everything on camera that you're like, that's our life. And if she wants to be a part, she's going to be on camera. No! All she's asking you to do is not put her kid on the internet. You can still do all those things. Love the kid, take him to the beach, have fun, birthday parties and all that stuff, without putting me on the internet. What is your logic? You're such a douche.
Every single person in our family, we love them very much. And that's one of the reasons why we're so successful, is because we put family first. And that's been the kind of people that we've...
Does Austin put family first? Is that what that is? Is that it? Okay. Makes sense. It really does make sense that you put family first, because Austin, all this shit about Austin is on the internet forever, right? And apparently Catherine also was a high-end person that you hired to go on dates with when she was young, right? All that shit is going to be on the internet forever. Do you call that putting family first? Cheating on your spouse, exploiting your children, putting all your drama on the internet, taking advantage of fans, totally ripping off everybody and having many scams? Do you think that's putting family first? Who is going to suffer for these decisions that you have made, you and Austin made, Catherine? Who's going to suffer? I'll give you one guess. It's your kids, right? The next generation that you created. They're going to suffer for the choices that you have made. That's not putting family first. That's putting yourselves first, you greedy bastards.
Been and transmitted for a long time. And so for you to use that word, it's very hurtful, because the very opposite of clout. If anything, you're creating attention for clout.
What?
I understand.
She doesn't want to do this anymore, so how's it clout for her, you dumbass?
Saying that, you're telling the world that you don't want your daughter on the internet anymore, that you've grown, that you don't like that, which I have complete respect for.
Sounds like you do. Sounds like you. Yeah. No, it doesn't.
I feel like that's a beautiful thing if that's what you decide you want to do, but you're also very contradicting. So
how?
Let's just make that clear.
Okay, so when you make a statement like you're also very contradicting, back that shit up, lady. Back it up with some receipts and some proof. You're contradicting because just the other day I saw you with your daughter on the internet. Say something else. Don't just say words, because you didn't back it up.
So then you proceed and you say
she didn't back it up.
Lies, and you say that I had IVF treatment for my third child to have a boy, and that's 1,000% not true.
You can only get 100%. 100% is the max. Okay? So when you have to overdo and oversay things, it means you're lying.
I know if you believe in God, if you pray to God, but God, right? Like, that's the reason why I have my children.
Now God's back in the picture. Okay, God. God's like, yeah, I don't do the crystals and all those the refracted rainbows and shit. I'm not into all that stuff. That's called idolatry, so I don't know you. Sorry. God loves you, but he doesn't know your shit.
I was able to conceive 3 children. I wanted them back to back. Where that came from, I don't get the purpose of it. I can't grasp it. Like, I'm sorry, I just don't know.
She's telling the truth because, again, we all know that you, again, are thinking that you're some kind of, like, new Mary, where you're like, you can tell the world what you want and you manifest children and the sexes of your children. No, that's what she's saying. She's calling you out for being a fake-ass liar face.
But what I will say is I find it very disrespectful to women all around the world who literally cannot conceive a child on their own. And
What?
You have to do treatments like IVF, and I find that IVF is like, what a blessing to be able to have such a thing.
What? No, here's what she's doing. She's projecting. You accuse me of using IVF. What? That flies in the face and is super offensive to those who have to have IVF. Except you're saying you didn't. So what are you saying here? You're being contradictory yourself. She's just trying to shift the blame. Like, oh, she said that? Well, she's the bad person. I didn't need IVF. F IVF. Those who need IVF need IVF. So she's the bad one. Catherine, what is your... No, man. You needed to stay in school. And she's Canadian. Like, you're representing the Canadian school system. You should be way smarter than this. You forgot everything.
And although I didn't go that route, it's just very odd to me that you would say something like that, like as if like, what are you trying to offend me? Like that's like a bad thing.
You idiot. No. She's trying to point out that you're a fake ass liar. Not that IVF is bad. How do you square that? That's really weird to me.
I don't get what the purpose of that was, and
it's because you're dumb.
Yeah, just like another one of your lies. Like, just to end
Really?
this like IVF topic part, I had just had my second child. I got pregnant a year after I had my second. I was breastfeeding nonstop, changing diapers, having 2 children, working nonstop,
Stop saying you're working. You're not working. You're not working. These people had people editing for them, filming for them, and you I'm sure you were probably maybe changing a diaper here and there, but you have nannies. So stop lying. People who like these mom influencers are coming on the internet and be like, look how hard my life is, and behind the scenes is like a team of people. Stop. Okay? We all can see through that shit. You're such a damned liar.
my business.
Because that actually diminishes people who actually do it by themselves, or parents who don't have a team of nannies and people behind them, personal chefs. That is actually flies in the face. That's the one that's offensive. Because you're sitting here, I was changing diapers? Okay. So you're a hero? You're breastfeeding, so you're a hero? No. Because you had a team of people. That's why you're a damned liar.
Business, working on my family, my marriage, my relationships, my friendships, raising a household, like doing so much, and yet I'm supposed to be doing IVF treatments just so that I could have a boy. Like, it doesn't even make any sense. Like,
it does. Stop saying it doesn't make sense, because it absolutely makes sense. It makes sense. You don't have a job. Stop saying it's like, I'm so busy. You film your damn life. That's what you do for a job. So no, and you scam people. What she's saying and what other people are connecting the dots to is that you said this thing. And in order to get that to be the way you wanted it to be, so you didn't come out as a falsie, which you are, okay, you did IVF to choose the sex of your next child. That's what she's saying. That you lied.
No, I don't know where your head's. And then you proceed and you say that Austin, my husband, has tried to kill somebody. And that really pissed me off.
Did it?
Because that is so far from what Austin is and how he would ever speak. And
nobody believes you. Nobody believes you. Everybody who knows Austin on a personal level, like these other influencers, they'll all say the same thing. He's a piece of shit. That's it. He is the trashiest influencer on the internet. Just look at him, man. Look at him. Look at him smacking his daughter's ass, buying your little sister dick lollipops. You think that's somebody who's like, and the way he talks, he thinks he's a badass gangster? Come on. We all see through it.
React, and you literally have no idea who my husband is. You've never known us like that. And you.
Are you saying that your sister-in-law who was married to your husband's brother knows nothing about Austin? Is that what you're telling us? Yeah, we believe you.
For you to just like say something so dark and evil is really scary. And just find that was completely out of line. And
so sue her then. Sue her. If someone is going to make that allegation against you, you better sue them, because you got to shut them up, right? Because do it. Sue her. Why are you not going to sue her? That's the thing I'm asking. If she made this crazy allegation against your husband, damn, you better lawyer up. I'm going to sue you that's defamation. So why aren't you suing her? Interesting.
This is mainly the reason why I'm making this video, is because you need to be stopped, and you really do need to heal. You need to stop pretending that you're healed, and you really
I hate these people like, this person hates us, so you need to heal. You're sick and toxic, so heal. Okay, I got some crystals. I went to the place and bought you some essential oils. You put these together, you breathe that shit into your face, and all the magnetic fields and shit will fall, and you'll heal. And rainbows will refract into your window on your BMW onto your chair. And then all's well. And then we'll swim off like the mermaids that we are. Okay. That's the condescension. That's condescending what she's doing there. That's so gross.
Have to look inwards, and you literally, like, I do not mind to help you through this, but this has got to stop.
You're so amazing to help others.
I'm gonna bring this one up, but you said you claim that our family is broke. So that's like one of like the famous like narratives that the internet loves to talk about. And to be honest with you, I know that like your supporters, like the people that are supporting, genuinely only have one thing in common with you, and that's your lies. Oh, actually two. Your lies, and then that you don't like us. Literally, those are the only things that your supporters
Nobody likes you. Okay. No, that's what I said. Nobody likes her. You either. I know. Nobody does. That's what I said.
have in common with you. And that's the truth. And your lies have gotten so deep. It's so deep that you continuously... You're like making this like monster, and it's literally not who you are. Like, I know that for a fact. Like, that can't be who you are. I get that money is your number one motivator. It's all you talk about. It's all you think about. It's literally like it was all that your relationship was about. I get it that, you know, towards the end, that's all you cared about. And I'm not even going to go into details because really, like, this is none of my business. But the truth is that if you don't understand what money truly is, you will never make money. Because
what did she just say? What did she just say? What are these rich people who fell into money accidentally? They're always like, if you don't know how to make money, then you don't know what money is. You make money by exploiting your kids. You have no discernible talents whatsoever. Zero. You in Austin, zero talent on anything. You got famous because you got lucky vlogging your children. That's what you got lucky with. Okay? You have no discernible talent. You did not earn the money. You made the money by accident, right? There's nothing you can like teach me that you've learned that anybody can have and be like, well, you can do this thing because I can teach you to do it. No, you just got lucky. And then you scammed people. Rich people are so disconnected from the rest of the world. Like, just make more money, stop being poor, just whatever. Haven't you thought about that? Manifest it?
this money is an energy exchange. And it comes in like
it's an energy exchange. Okay, my bad.
And that's what we are. We are energy. So it's what you do with
Oh my God, it's what you do with money. Like buy really expensive cars and go on vacations and private planes and buy houses, and yeah, it's what you do with it that matters, okay? It's how you steal from people that matters too.
how you get it. It's how you react. It's how you learn from it.
So you're telling me that your energy is good and you guys have scammed so many people? You think that that's good energy from the money you've gotten, Catherine? You think that's good energy? Again, she's talking about God, energy, vibes, sending thoughts and prayers. Cool. Awesome. She is so confused in who she really is that she just doesn't know anymore. She's so discombobulated. She's a mashup of everything. And that's a nothing to me. That's a nothing to a lot of people. It's just whatever's happening. She thinks she can jump on that.
And it's so far away, the narrative is so far away from who we are, and it's because we've given back so much, and we do so much for people, and we help people all the time. I help my family all. And so I don't know,
I mean, we're not broke because we give so much away. We're so good with energy and energy exchanges and money. Did you hear what she just said there? She's just like, we're so good because we're so generous. You took advantage of a kid who had cancer on your channel and made money off it. So no thanks. You're gross. Catherine honestly believes in the energies transmitted and traded for things. These people have toxic energy. And and then if she believes in that, it's karma. That's coming back full force. And that's what I honestly believe is happening to them right now.
just like
You get what you put into the universe. That's probably something she'd say.
the thing about money is just weird. Like, why are you even talking about that? Like, why do you care about someone else's financial situation? Like, who cares?
You're dumb. What she's doing is calling out you guys being liars. What don't you understand about what she did to you guys? It's so ridiculous. She's like, why does she even care? Because you're liars. And she's trying to tell the world that you're liars. Okay? Got it? All right. She's a terrible, she would be a terrible debater.
Like, I'm not talking about your financial situation. I can let, since I'm here and I'm sticking up for my family, I'm the backbone of my family. Literally,
She's
like,
the
I just
backbone?
found out yesterday that I have a collapsed disc, and like so symbolic to like me and who I am and who I am to our family.
You can't make this up. You can't make this up. She just told everybody she's the backbone to her family, and it's just so evident because I have the slipped disc and I'm hurting really badly, and that's me. So are you telling me the slipped disc backbone of your family? Because you know how painful that is? Is that what you're telling us? She gets so evident in the energies that this one terrible thing that can happen to your back, that's me. Okay. You didn't think about that before you said it.
But God didn't give me a voice to be and the truth is that Shyla, you know that you've been carrying this lie about Landon being abusive, and you know that that's not true.
Oh, I see. She came out and said Landon's abusive, and she's standing up for Landon because obviously Landon's on their side. Shyla's got the tea, everybody. I don't know, Catherine, why you're messing with somebody who doesn't give a shit about this platform. I don't know why because again, I said this last time, you guys have so much more to lose than Shyla does. And I'm pretty sure Shyla knows more about you guys than anybody else in the world. So are you sure?
And you gotta let that go. You have an amazing father to your daughter, and you need to start like accepting that this is your reality and that you created it because this is all done by you, and accept that.
So none of this is Landon's fault whatsoever. It's all Shyla. Landon's completely innocent. Okay, we don't believe you. If it's a McBroom, it's gonna end in doom. Oh, burn!
That's it. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like,
you don't say anything else, but then she continues to say other things.
Okay. You were so happy when Landon got cancer. You were the happiest you'd ever been. Everyone said it. There's so many witnesses, and that's the reason why he didn't want to be with you. And
Whoa. So they were together, he got cancer and she was happy about it, and then he broke up with her. That's the reason? I feel like we would all know that. And if it was true and you had proof of it, and maybe it is, I don't know, maybe that the fact that, I don't even know what to say about that, because if it's true, it's kind of gross to say that about somebody. But, I know there's a big but there. If he's abusive and treating her like that, and then he gets cancer, maybe she's just a little bit relieved. That could be the karma. I'm not saying that's me. I would never say that about somebody. I would never wish that on my darkest enemy ever, because I've experienced what cancer can do to a person's body through my mom. I would never wish that on my worst enemy ever. So I get that. It's kind of gross and icky to say something like that. There's probably nuance, though, is what I'm saying.
And because it messed with your money and what you were doing, you got really upset, and that's why you created this false narrative. And one thing about me is that I'm a girl's girl.
Are you?
So I support women. I advocate for women.
I support women except this woman.
I help women on a daily basis. Like,
You're such a helpy helperton. Thanks, helper.
All about women. And
this woman thinks she's literally sent from God to the earth. She's like, look at me. God gave me this voice in this Tesla that I'm sitting in, okay? This Model X $180,000 car, and I'm a girl's girl. I've been sent to help. I help women every day. How do you help women every day? How? Explain. She always says the thing that no one is going to believe and never follows it up, ever, with any proof or evidence.
Empowerment and...
I see what she's saying there. I help women every day by empowering them. How? To do what? Scam people? Okay.
My vibe. That's who I am.
I'm
right?
a vibe.
But I also know that there can be a lot of darkness to women, and some women take advantage of very innocent men, and they use their power to get what they want, and I think that it's very unfair what you've been doing.
That's interesting, considering your profession before you got married. She just said, I know there are some women who will take advantage of men to get what they want. Got it. Yeah. So she said, I support all women except for those women. Wow, then you don't support all women.
Landon, and you need to stop. I'm not saying Landon's like a saint, like he's the most perfect person in the world, and he has got nothing to work on. We all have something to work on.
Like, yeah, man, those false teeth, crazy.
Even I do, everybody does. There's no perfect human. Perfection doesn't even exist.
I mean, have you seen this show? Look at this. Look at this perfection. Sorry.
The truth is that you've really taken this out of line, and it needs to stop.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
or
but
what?
Your character has been shown for many years, and it's very obvious what kind of person you are.
I like how she's so confident and cocky about this. She's like, I'm sorry, but you've been exposed. Except look at all the people who are commenting on this whole drama. Who are they with? Who are they against, Catherine? Who's on your side? Show me one video on this whole platform, anywhere, of somebody taking your side, and not your shit-ass fans who will take your side on anything. Okay, I'm talking about real content creators who are in that space who are taking your side. Not one. She literally lives in a different dimension, right? She's in an alternate world with the energies. She thinks she's right. Nobody agrees with what you're saying. They all don't believe you because you're scam-ass liars.
And for you to make a video and claim that you were abused, and for the whole character to go out the window, to be dismissed because you claim that you were being abused. Meanwhile, everybody knows that it's not true. You could see it, right?
Who's everybody? Who's everybody knows? Who?
Literally taking advantage of it.
Name one person. Again, she always says this thing that's like completely dismisses and diminishes what the other person said. Everybody knows it's wrong. Who's everybody? That's like the news things experts say. Which experts? And then don't name an expert. Tell me the expert.
Very vulnerable women who have literally been abused. You're diminishing a woman's abuse. Like, you don't know what it's like to be in a kitchen, like, just doing dishes, and your husband walks in and slaps you across the face with a pan for no reason. Like,
did that happen to her or something? Why is she saying that? That seems really, really specific.
You don't know how it feels to go through that.
What does she get hit across the face with a pan? Holy. And again, if you're going to use your abusive things that happened to you to say, well, you didn't get slapped across the face with a pan. You only got abused differently. Maybe you were sworn at. Maybe you were treated. Maybe you were gaslit. Everybody, like, you can't diminish another person's abuse by saying your abuse is worse than theirs. You can't make this up. She's saying you're diminishing other people's abuse by saying you were abused, but you weren't abused as bad as I was abused. Which then turns into Catherine being a person that's diminishing abuse. That's victim blaming. You see it? You see it?
And for you to say that you were abused is so wrong, and it's not okay. And I'm sorry, but you pushed the line, and it's time for this to be out and to be heard. What?
You said this? Like, you said all these things? And everybody knows, and you did it, but she never gave us any evidence, nothing. No receipts, nothing. Nothing. So we don't know anything more except the fact that you're a damn liar.
Also, you talk about my children, you talk about my family, you talk about my mother-in-law, like my mother-in-law who's the most selfless, most kind, most helpful. She's also like a girl's girl, like she tried to help you. Nicole is the type of person that if, God forbid, anything ever happened between Austin and I and our family broke up and, life happens, right? I'm a realist. Life happens.
Hear that? That's a projection. Something's happening. I'm telling you. It's going to fall apart sooner or later.
She would be the first person to be there. And the fact that you had the audacity to say such hurtful lies about Nicole.
No, all she said was Nicole knows that the dad and Austin and them go to these places and do these things and is cool with it. That's what she said. She didn't say anything else. She just said she knows. And she probably does.
It really hurts because it's like you never got the opportunity to really know who she is because of your dark.
That's her mother-in-law too, dumbass.
Darkness.
What? Catherine is like saying, it's almost like she's like, Shyla, you didn't know anything. Shyla was married to Austin's brother. Do you think we're dumb? That's Austin's brother. That mother was her mother-in-law too, like she's your mother-in-law. What is your... You're dumb, man.
So, stop talking about Nicole. Don't bring her up anymore.
Are you... Excuse me? Look. You're being gross, first of all. She could talk about Nicole all she wants because Nicole's also her kid's grandmother. Who are you? You're the same relation to Nicole as she is. Your kid's grandmother. She say whatever the hell she wants. If anybody can speak on Nicole, it's probably her, as well as you. So, what?
So, I'm done.
Oh, yeah,
and
good.
I'm gonna say, like, this is the first and last time that I will ever speak in only, like, I don't do that. When I got a problem with someone, I call them up. That's the kind of person
you do? Okay, good. Yeah, okay.
And in this
kind of energy that I have.
I'm doing it on the internet, and I really had no choice because...
Yeah, you had a choice. You had a choice because you said this is what you do. You call people if you have a problem with them. That's what you said you do.
At this point, really think about it. If someone spreading lies about you and your family on the internet and they were actually getting away with it, like some people were actually believing what this person was saying.
That's because the alternative is you and your explanations. And we know that you guys are scam-ass liars. You lie about everything. So why would we believe you? At some point, this is the boy crying wolf, right? This is the issue. You've lied so many times that nobody can believe you anymore because you don't even believe your own shit. That's the problem here. Shyla doesn't have as big a platform as you guys. You lie about everything. So what reason will we have to believe you on anything, right? You have not given anybody any reason to believe you. That's your problem.
Would you stick up for yourself? Would you wait a couple years? Would you say something right away? Like, what would you do?
You know how you do this? You know how you mitigate these disasters? And if you had smart people behind you, you do this. You completely ignore it. You completely ignore it. That's how the world works. They'll forget about it eventually.
In my position, in my case, I had no choice. She took me out of my character, but this is really just what it needs to be, and I wish her well. I love
this. I love these types of people. Bless your heart. It's this whole, I just berated you for 15 minutes. You're the worst liar on entire earth. You should burn in hell. I wish you well, though. Thoughts and prayers, girlfriend.
That she finds happiness within. I wish. Don't ever talk about my family ever again.
Oh, the gauntlet is down. Catherine is going to send crystal energies after you and butterflies and owls. Don't you ever talk about her family, which is also your family, ever again.
I've done way too much work to get where I'm at. Spiritually, I'm talking about all the work, the inner work that I've done. I've done way too much work to get here. And for me to go backwards is what I'm trying to do.
What?
I'm going to say one last time, stop talking about my family.
Which is also your family.
My children.
Which is also your family.
Me, my husband.
Okay.
It's done.
Or what? And I don't think she talked about your kids. Not that I know of.
Stop talking about us.
Ooh, she got cray. So there you go. There is so much in that little snippet of video that should be so concerning to everybody, right? This is the world that they live in. This is the energies and the things that they've created these worlds for themselves. These are the people that are raising children on the internet. These are the people that people have made famous. It is crazy. It's going to get way worse before it gets better. Shyla is sounds to me like someone will cut you, okay? And Shyla has receipts probably more than anybody else on earth, Catherine. So are you sure you wanted to do this? Because Shyla's probably right now just collecting receipts and shit and just about to be like, here you go, internet. Then what are you going to do? Who has more to lose, moron? Wow. She's so pretentious and icky, right? She's like, I'm just so sorry you're poor and sorry you're not as cool and energized as I am with the energies of the vast universe. You know, my necklace has a crystal on it. Anyway, I can't deal with these people. They're crazy. But we're here for it, sort of, right? We got to unlock this stuff. We got to see it for what it is, the lies exposed finally. Because when you expose the lies to family vlogging, it really just shows you who they really are. And in the end, all they've done was exploit children to get where they are, to become these complete narcissistic a-holes. So, great. Thanks for showing us, though. Everybody take a deep breath. Feel the energy in the crystal vibrations. It's nice. It hits nicely, you know? Just thoughts and prayers all over your body and stuff, Sending vibes your way. Get my vibes? Here they are. Actually, I farted and the vibes are... That's how I send my wife vibes. Here's a vibe under the blanket. Anyway, sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I hope you guys are amazing and you're feeling good. And you look super good today. Their hair and the flowiness is just like, I love when I read the comments of when I do that video, like, you look so good in those pants. And the girl's like, me sitting here in my, paint stained jogging pants, looking with my hair up in a bun, not looking like anything you're saying. But I still think you're amazing. Don't forget your value, and I will see you tomorrow.